how is Paul's relationship with the people in Corinth, with the churches in Corinth? If you read the 2 epistles, you will get different sense actually, because the first epistles, at least most people will say that Paul, the implied emotion that you can read is like Paul is angry, Paul likes to scold them, and then there are tensions and it's not very nice. But in the second Corinthians, it feels more personal, more loving. There is reconciliation maybe. Yeah, so there are different kind of emotion, but we can dig deeper actually, so we can understand the epistles better about the relationship between Paul and the people. I mentioned about the tension, the groupings, the factions in between the Corinthians. It's like a political party. I'm the Republican, I am Democrats. And yeah, at the time, even in church got such things, you know. I am group of Apollos, I'm group of Christ, I'm group of Cephas. And there may be some other groupings in the Corinthians churches. And as I said in the previous video, at that time, because the background of the churches are mostly Gentiles actually. The background of the Corinthians, at least we don't know about the church, but the Corinthians are actually a Gentile city. And then in the Greek at that time, in the Gentile tradition, one of the most famous things is about rhetorics, oration, speech, public speaking, and that is something that they like at that time. And then yeah, these people, because they are trained in the Greek traditions, then they learn how to do public speaking, and they actually use certain technique to gain masses. Probably this technique is actually the thing that caused the tension in between churches, because they want their group to be bigger, and then they attack the other group, and some of the attacks may be personal attack, and it has nothing to do with the teaching at all. And some of the attacks are actually quite personal to Paul. And yeah, as you can see, maybe I want to bring you to 1 Corinthians chapter 9. I will read from ESV version. I read from verse 1. Am I not free? Am I not an apostle? Have I not seen Jesus our Lord? Are not you my workmanship in the Lord? If to others I am not an apostle, at least I am to you, for you are the seal of my apostleship in the Lord. If to others I am not an apostle, most likely some people in Corinth insist that Paul is not an apostle. So never ever listen to this person, because he's not an apostle. Don't believe to such a preaching. He will speak falsely. Apparently Paul faced that kind of accusation. And if you read in verse 3, it's even more stunning, because Paul said, this is my defense to those who would examine me. So there are some criticism, and Paul needs to give that kind of defense to explain that, to explain his authority, that he is actually an apostle. And if you read further, do we not have the right to eat and drink? Why Paul give this kind of defense? Do we not have the right to eat and drink? Maybe it's because some people say, oh, how come you believe that this person is an apostle? You see, Peter, his life is peaceful in Jerusalem. He can eat, he can drink. This person, he can't even eat and drink. Why should you listen to such a person? You don't want to listen to this kind of person, right? Do we not have the right to take along a believing wife? How come? Why should you believe in a person that cannot even get a wife or cannot even manage his own household? How can this person be trusted to manage a church? Yeah, this kind of criticism is thrown at Paul at that time, and it's not that easy, and it creates the tension. Some people believe in Paul. A lot of people didn't believe in Paul at that time in Corinth. And then it creates this kind of tension between Paul and the Corinthians. Paul even mentioned there were some super apostles actually. that try to create this tension. Who are they? We don't know. This is one of the things that makes the ministry in Corinthians to the Corinthians even harder actually. But here we can learn that even though Paul faced a lot of personal attacks like this, yeah, actually when I read this, it's just very similar with this age where social media is everywhere and people can actually criticize any person, and then yeah, so most of the criticism is actually personal attack, and then yeah, you can see how Paul actually responded to that according to the biblical principles, and you can see how Paul faced its criticism cold-headedly, and then he explained the things to the people very well, and he doesn't even, and he did not worsen the tension in between the groups. If you read carefully the Bible, this episode, you will find that Paul actually never attacked any of the leaders. He actually okay, because he knows that in church we need to work together, and he knows that it's not about the personal attack, and he believed that none of the people, not Apollos, not Peter, not even Jesus Christ, definitely will attack him like that. It's just some irresponsible person out there that try to create this chaos to get fame for themselves. So that's why Paul tried to make it actually better, not worsen the situation. So these are some things that we can learn from Paul when he faced this kind of criticism, personal attack to him in his ministry, how he responded well in this problem, I think. And yeah, if you have any other questions, you want to learn more about this, you can always comment below, ask your question in the comment below, and I will follow up. I will make a video to answer your questions. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of my videos. See you in the next video.